Yo, welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, Ben, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, my friends, I'm back at it again with another Patreon sponsored request today from Toto. Toto, thank you so much for your continued support of me and all that I do on my assorted channels, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit down and make a video properly for this little video right here. ZEROBASEONE World Tour, Here and Now, Encore, LOVEPOCALYPSE. So, I have seen enough bits and pieces of the concert. I may end up watching it on my own at some point, or maybe one day I'll try to react to it on Patreon. Today is certainly not that day, but I've tried to avoid certain parts of it, and some parts of it sort of seeped onto my timeline anyway, for obvious reasons. I don't want this to be a too sad reaction, just because I've talked at length here on the YouTube channel, as well as over on the Patreon and on Twitch as well, about my feelings. And how this, to me, is one of my personal, most heartbreaking, yeah, it sounds a little crazy to say, but it's one of the most heartbreaking moments for me as a K-pop fan. Knowing how desperately these 9 want to stay together, how badly they want to stay together, and how it really just doesn't matter. The companies, and the money that goes into things is really the only thing that matters at the end of the day to these people. And I'm just really upset for the guys. I'm upset for us as a fandom. And oh, it was a temp group. They were always going to be a temp group. Shut up. Whatever, dude. Like, oh, I fell for it. I did fall for it. And I fell in love with some of the greatest artists in the industry. And I absolutely fell head over heels in love with them. Like, who wouldn't? Anyway, y'all get the idea. I'm going to try not to be too sad about this. Toto, thank you once again for making this your request. I'm excited to react to it. Obviously, not my first time hearing the song. That should come with no question. But yeah, so any of y'all that need a little extra ZB1, if you want to walk down memory lane with us, hit me up over on Patreon. A lot of that stuff is available at the cheapest tier over there, so you don't got to pay a whole lot to be able to get access to all that stuff. And I'm hoping, the main thing is, I don't know when I'm going to be able to start back up doing it again, but there's still quite a bit of ZB1 content that I haven't had the chance to react to yet, which probably contain lots of laughs and lots of good times, and I don't want to miss out on that. Even if it takes me a while to react to it, my goal is to do it at some point. So for those of y'all that are waiting around on that, I know plenty of you are already, plenty of you patrons that are already over there and involved in the Patreon are waiting for that, so I do apologize that it's taken me this long, but I'm hoping to get to it at some point. But yeah, I'm not done reacting to these boys in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to support the hell out of both groups. I'm going to continue to be upset with the companies for as long as I live. But in the meantime, I've got to be thankful for what I've got, and knowing that we're getting 2 groups out of this, and all 9 are going to continue to be able to shine, even if it is just separately in some ways. I've got to take that. So let's hop into this. Let's enjoy. Dance practice, I was going to say, it doesn't look like it's an actual part of the stage itself, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are tears in this video anyway, so. If y'all enjoy the reaction, leave a like for me one time. The song itself didn't feel so somber, but having the visuals already be monotone like this is not making it easier. It's such a beautiful song, man. Look at that synchronization, man. This is hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie, this is hard to watch. Wow, dude. I know I said I was going to try not to be like super sad about things, but it's really hard not to be. I've kind of like numbed myself up a little bit over the last like week or so, like 10 days, whatever. Because it's still like so fresh. It's still such a fresh moment. Like they've already announced that the 5 that are continuing is ZB1, which I almost wish it was a different name, to be honest. I almost wish part of me could say that ZEROBASEONE was them as 9. And then the 2 new groups sort of split off. I totally understand why they're staying as ZB1. I'm never critiquing the guys. Y'all have to understand. I never, at all, am ever going to critique the members for this, because it's not their problem. But I kind of wish that I could say that ZB1 always was them as 9. But this is a hard watch. It's a beautiful song, and the choreo is great. You can, I don't know. The monotone color almost isn't even necessary. You can kind of feel it from the guys. I know it's just a dance practice, right? They're not supposed to be going 100 million%, right? But still. I love Matthew's part here so much, dude. Dude. Matt's still smiling though, bro. They're so cute. At the end of the day, I've got to take some sort of hope out of it and know that, like, I'm still going to see these guys. I'm still going to see them. It's just how often and how much, you know? Because say what we want about management already, we've at least been able to see the guys, you know? They've been dropping the content. You can see them on socials. But now under new, you know, instances, how much of that is going to translate over? Yeah, so this dropped at the time that I'm recording this 4 days ago. This top comment says this is really the last content is OT9. Is that the truth? I'm going to go to their channel real quick. Toto, is that why you requested this? Yeah. So there's a World Tour Encore. There's a World Tour Encore VCR shooting behind the scenes, but like that's the last. Damn, bro. Man. Yeah, that probably is the last bit of content as 9. Because obviously I assume the same channel is going to play host to all of their new stuff as well for the 5 that are continuing on. Man, this sucks. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say, bro. Like, I go back and forth between being numb about it and just being really sad. It doesn't really matter the way that I frame it up in my mind. I just sort of end up feeling the same way. And once again, I'm not trying to make it another sob video because I've done that like 4 times here on YouTube already, which means we've done it God knows how many times over on Twitch and Patreon. So I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but I know that making a video like this, I know that those of y'all that are clicking on this, I know that you relate. So those of y'all that have any extra sprinkles of hope and excitement, please go ahead and leave them. It's very rare that I do videos that have more sad tones. I myself am just I really try to be a happy dude. I like making content that makes other people smile, especially because if the music I'm listening to makes me smile, I want to be able to share that with other people, especially if they haven't heard it before, right? Just the right thing to do. But I know my last few ZEROBASEONE related reactions have had this somber tone to it. Once again, I know you won't blame me for it, but I don't like having to do it, and I wish that I didn't have to. I wish that it didn't feel this way. So it's hard out here, bro. It's tough. Like I said, this is one of the most difficult and most painful, I think, splits overall for me as a K-pop fan that I've had. And I've been in the game now for about 7 years, which I know for plenty of y'all, those are baby numbers, right? But 7 years that I've been really locked in and really love the genre. And this split is absolutely one of the most painful I've experienced. Absolutely one of the most painful. So anyway, that's it for me in the meantime. Toto, thank you once again for sponsoring this reaction, helping me make sure that I got around to this. I appreciate you, my friend. And that's it for me in the meantime, y'all. Like I said, y'all, if you need more ZB1 from me, there's still tons of it here on YouTube. If you somehow this is your first reaction and you haven't seen all my other videos. But if you want to hang out with us over on Patreon as well, come through and hang out. We'd love to see y'all. But in the meantime, I'm ready to give all my support to all 9 going forward. Just as 2 different groups. So they'll always be ZB1 to me, though. OT9 for lifer, bro. For lifer. All right, that's it for me. See y'all in the next one. Till next time, my friends. Love y'all very much, and peace. Goodbye.